There's a certain magic in setting off toward the unknown, a fizz of anticipation that tingles in your chest, a sense that anything could happen. The world feels wide open, and every step forward is a step into possibility. You find yourself drawn to what lies just over the horizon, to the promise of discovery that lingers in the air. It's the thrill of not knowing exactly what you'll find but trusting that the journey itself will be worth it. For me, travel is about more than just seeing new places. It's about feeling them, letting their stories seep into your bones, and allowing them to change you in small, wonderful ways. Each journey leaves a mark, a memory that lingers long after you've returned home. This journey began with a whisper, a quiet urge, a call to seek a story not found in glossy brochures or crowded tourist maps, but in the silent, forgotten stones that hold secrets of centuries past. It was a longing to find something real, something untouched. My path led me to China, not to the famous, bustling sites filled with eager crowds and camera flashes, but to something wilder, more mysterious. I wanted to see the wall as it once was, standing alone against the elements. I set my sights on the Great Wall, but not the one you might imagine from postcards or travel shows. I was searching for the wall's hidden soul, the parts that have slipped quietly into legend. I was searching for its hidden heart, secret stretches snaking through wild forests and rolling hills, far from the crowds and noise. Here, the wall breathes with the rhythm of the land, and solitude becomes your companion. The wall is more than a monument, it's a living entity, weathered by centuries of wind, rain, and sun. Its stones are etched with the passage of time, each crack and crevice telling a story of endurance and change. I long to walk the sections left to the elements where nature gently reclaims its own. Here, vines curl around ancient bricks and grass sways in the breeze, softening the wall's once imposing lines. This was a quest for a more intimate connection with history, a chance to touch the past in its rawest, most honest form, to feel the weight of centuries beneath my fingertips and to imagine the lives that once passed this way. So, my adventure began, a promise to step off the beaten path and embrace the unexpected. Each footstep was a leap into the unknown, a quiet rebellion against the ordinary. I wanted to feel the grit of ancient dust under my boots, to sense the echoes of history rising with every step. The path was rough, but it felt alive beneath me. I listened for the wind in crumbling watchtowers carrying whispers of forgotten stories and distant voices. The silence here was profound, broken only by the soft rustle of grass and the call of a distant bird. And in these quiet moments, I found what I was searching for, a place where time stands still, and the past and present meet in the hush of dawn. Here, on the wild wall, I became part of its story, if only for a fleeting moment. When most people imagine the Great Wall of China, their minds go straight to the famous restored sections near Beijing, grand, easily accessible, and teeming with visitors from around the world. These stretches are polished and preserved, bustling with the energy of crowds, selfie sticks, and guided tours. They're the postcard image, the symbol of China's enduring legacy, and for many, the only wall they'll ever know. But beyond these popular sites lies another side of the wall, a hidden, untamed expanse known as the Wild Wall. Here the wall is unrestored, stretching for miles across the remote and rugged landscapes of northern China, winding over mountains and disappearing into the horizon. In these forgotten places, the wall becomes a crumbling part of the natural world, overgrown with tangled shrubs and wildflowers. The only sounds are the whisper of the wind, the rustle of grass, and the distant cry of hawks circling overhead. It's a place where nature has reclaimed the stones and silence reigns. This is the wall I set out to find, a story not just of ancient engineering, but of survival, endurance, and breathtaking resilience. Here, the wall stands as a testament to the passage of time, weathering centuries of storms and seasons. Exploring these secret, wild sections is less about sightseeing and more about embarking on a genuine expedition. Every step is an adventure, every turn a discovery, as you navigate paths that few have walked in decades. There are no handrails here, no paved walkways or souvenir stands, just steep, crumbling stairways, narrow, overgrown paths, and skeletal watchtowers that loom like ancient sentinels. The wall is raw and unfiltered, stripped of modern comforts. It's a raw, visceral encounter with history, one you can feel in the roughness of the stones and the wildness of the setting. Walking here, you feel like a true explorer, tracing the footsteps of ancient soldiers and laborers who once guarded these lonely outposts. Each step connects you to a distant past, to lives lived and lost along these walls. Every crumbling tower feels like a personal secret, a piece of history unearthed just for you. Inside these ruins, you can almost hear echoes of the past, stories of watchful eyes scanning the horizon, of quiet moments between battles. In these forgotten, mist-shrouded places, the true spirit of the wall resides, untamed, mysterious, and enduring. It's a spirit of strength and quiet dignity, a living testament to the countless ordinary people who built, guarded, and maintained it through the ages. Their legacy is etched into every weathered brick and stone. To walk the wild wall is to connect with their stories, to witness the ongoing dialogue between human creation and the relentless forces of nature. It's a journey into the heart of history, where the wall and the land are inseparable. Here you feel the immense weight of centuries pressing down, the sense of time stretching endlessly in both directions. The wild wall is where the past and present meet in silence, a place where history breathes, and the spirit of adventure is alive in every stone. My first foray into the wild took me to Jiangku, meaning Arrow Knock, a dramatic V-shaped bend in the mountains. The journey there wound through sleepy villages and up into cool, clean mountain air. The first glimpse of Jiangku was breathtaking, a wild, untamed wall clinging to razor-sharp ridges, its watchtowers jagged against the sky, magnificent, terrifying, and utterly beautiful. In the profound quiet of the wild wall, my thoughts surfaced with surprising clarity. Sitting on a crumbling watchtower, the noise of modern life melted away. Only the sun's slow passage mattered. The wall's imperfections, broken bricks, overgrown paths, became part of its authentic story, inviting me to slow down and look closer. Another day, another adventure, this time to Gubiku, a section steeped in history and the site of over 100 battles. Unlike Jiangku's drama, Gubiku felt ancient and solemn, its earth and rock walls following gentle hills. The watchtowers, though weathered, stood as silent witnesses to centuries of conflict. Walking the Panlongshan or Coiling Dragon Mountain section, I touched scars from 20th century battles, a visceral link to the past. I met a local farmer, a lifelong resident who showed me where the Ming Wall met the older northern Qi section, a seam in history. His presence reminded me that the wall is part of the living fabric of local communities. As the sun set, the wall glowed gold, the silence broken only by crickets. It was easy to imagine the ghosts of soldiers still keeping watch. This place felt sacred, a vast, open-air museum where every stone holds a piece of the past. History here is a living force, shaping land and people alike. On the wild wall, silence is not empty. It's a symphony of subtle sounds. The wind whispers through grasses, a crow calls across the valley, and the faint skitter of a lizard becomes profound. In this peaceful void, the landscape itself begins to speak, inviting true connection. Walking the wild wall is witnessing a dance between human creation and nature's slow reclamation. Over centuries, wind, water, and plants have softened the wall's edges, integrating it back into the earth. Shrubs and trees grow from watchtowers, butterflies flit between wildflowers, and birds of prey soar above. The wall is now a corridor of life, a nature reserve snaking through the mountains. Squirrels dart along the ramparts. This is the wall's new garrison. Natural decay adds a romantic, rugged beauty to the structure. Crumbling bricks and moss tell a story of endurance and time. Where the path is reclaimed by bushes, you must find a new way, an intimate challenge. Nature's gentle takeover doesn't diminish the wall, it enhances it, transforming it into a living part of the environment. This slow-motion transformation is the wild wall's secret heart. This journey was also about the people whose lives are deeply intertwined with the Great Wall. Those who wake up each morning to its silhouette on the horizon, and who carry its legacy in their daily routines. In the villages nestled below the ancient stones, you'll find the wall's unofficial guardians, farmers tending their crops, guest house owners welcoming travelers, and families who have lived in its shadow for generations, passing down stories and traditions. Their connection to the wall is profound. For them, it's not just a monument, but their backyard, their heritage, and a source of immense pride. Children play beneath its watchful gaze, and elders recall memories of growing up alongside its winding path. I stayed in a family-run guest house near Jiangku where the owner, Mr. Zhao, welcomed me like family. Over steaming bowls of home-cooked food he shared stories of his childhood, of seasons spent exploring the wall's hidden corners, and of the changes he's witnessed as the world discovers this wild stretch. Mr. Zhao spoke fondly of growing up playing in the watchtowers, of secret paths only locals know, and of the responsibility he feels to protect this place for future generations. His stories brought the wall to life in a way no guidebook ever could. Locals here do more than just live beside the wall. They guide hikers along its rugged trails, share their knowledge of its history, and help repair crumbling sections. Their efforts aren't just for income, but are acts of devotion, rooted in a deep love for the wall and what it represents. They are passionate advocates for responsible tourism, reminding visitors to leave no trace, to respect the ancient stones, and to tread lightly on this fragile heritage. Their voices are crucial in preserving the wall's integrity for generations to come. Their stewardship is vital. Without their constant care and vigilance, these wild and weathered sections would be far more vulnerable to the elements and to careless visitors. The wall's survival depends as much on these people as on the stones themselves. Supporting these communities, by staying in their guest houses, buying local produce, and listening to their stories, is the best way to help protect the wild wall. Every interaction strengthens the bond between people and place. Their stories and traditions give the wall its true meaning, reminding us that heritage is about people as much as stones. The wall endures not just because of its bricks, but because of the lives woven around it. These villagers are the living soul of this place, its memory keepers, its protectors, and its heart. As my time on the wild wall ended, I stood on a watchtower, gazing at endless mountains under a sunset sky. This journey was a pilgrimage to the heart of history, a lesson in the beauty of imperfection and the peace found off the beaten path. The secret sections of the wall are a treasure for all humanity, and it's our responsibility to cherish and protect them. We must walk lightly, support local guardians, and leave these wonders as we found them. My heart is full of memories, challenging climbs, breathtaking views, the symphony of silence, and the kindness of people I met. I hope this story sparks your curiosity to seek your own wild places and connect with the world in a meaningful way. Go find your own wild wall. Let curiosity be your guide. The journey is always worth it. Let's keep exploring together.